Masechta Sanhedrin Kuf Hey Amar Aleph. We're starting from Kuf Dalet Amud Beis Doishe Rishumis. So the Gemara is now bringing an opinion that argues on our Mishnah and says that even the Rishonim that were enumerated that don't have a Chiluk Like Rabba, there's an opinion that argues and says they do have. Doishe Rishumis. Those that dash in the Pesuk Hayyimim, they would say Hayyimim Kulan. All those that were enumerated in the Mishnah, except for Bilam, Boyin Eilam Abba, will enter in Eilam Abba. Never like it says in the pasuk, Li Gilad, Li Menashe, Ephraim Moiz Reshi, Ephraim the strength of my head, Yehuda Mechaki, Yehuda that cuts the law, Mayev, Seirach Mayev, who has the basin for bathing, Al Edim, Ashach Nalik. It says about Edim, I'll throw my lock, Alai places Israeli. And the Gemara is going to go through each one. Li Gilad, Zel Achav. Shanafal Baramas Gilad. Li Gilad is referring to Achav, who got killed in Ramas Gilad. HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, Li, meaning I'm going to be sober, I'm going to absorb the sin of Achav, and he's going to have Olam Haba. Menashe, Kimashmai. It says, Li Menashe. Menashe
Achav is the one that...
The terrible king, yeah. But nevertheless, the Eibishter said, I'll absorb his sin. Menashe, Kimashmai. Menashe, it says Li Menashe. It means that name, Menashe, was a Menashe HaMelech. Ephraim, Mo'is Reishi, it says Ephraim, the strength of my head. Zeh, that's a reference to Yerovim. The Kasim Ephraim, he came from the Shevet Ephraim. Yehuda Mechayki, and it says Li. And it says the word, Benegeya, what's the Lashon over there? By Moyev Sirachzi. Oh, it says Moyev Sirachzi. No, Ephraim Moyev Reishi, it says. Okay. Yehuda Mechayki, Yehuda my, the one that cuts the laws there, that's referring to Achitefel. The Kasim Yehuda who came from Shevet Yehuda, Moyev Sirachzi. What is this Moyev about bathing? Zeh Gechazeh. This is referring to Gechazeh. Gechazeh was a servant of Elisha. Elisha saved Naaman to telling him to bathe in the waters there. And he didn't. At the beginning, he said, "Well, there's much more beautiful places to bathe in where I come from." So, but they told him, his servants told him, just bathe there. And his tzaras went away.
It was a maid servant that told him.
That was a girl, a Yiddish girl. Yeah. We'll get to it. That was captured by the king. Anyway, Bekitzer. So we're talking about this basin. There, Elisha said he doesn't want anything from Naaman. Naaman was the general. And Gechi ran after him and he took
a
couple of dollars. The Shalaka al Iski Rechitza. He got Malchus for the story with the Iski Rechitza that Elisha refused taking. And he took Al Edim Ashach Nali. On Edim, I'll throw my lock. Zed Doeg Ademi. This is referring to Doeg Ademi. He's the one that said Lashon Hara. And he said that the Koyanim in the city of Neiv concocted, they're against you, Shaul, they said, because they fed David HaMelech, and they weren't supposed to feed him. Doeg was there, and he told it over to Shaul HaMelech. So Doeg is one of the ones that the Eibishter said, no, he is going to get Elam Haba. Olai Plesh Soyoyi says, and it says the Malach Hashem said before HaKadosh Baruch Hu Rebbeinu Shalom, Im Yavi David Shaharik Goliath Aplishti V'Hirish Esbanecha Gas. If David will come, the one that killed Goliath, the Plishti, and he what did he do? He bequeathed the city of Gas to the Yidden. And what happens? He's going to come to you and he'll say, Ma Ta'isaloi. Well, what are you going to do when he's going to be upset? He's going to see Doeg Achitefel. These are the people that went so strong against him. Achitefel even said, he can't be a king. He says that he can't. He can't be a king. So so he tells the how do you call they're going to tell the Eibishter, the Malach Hasharas Mistam are going to say, it says that they're going to scream, or David HaMelech himself is going to scream to Hashem, what are you doing? How do you let them? What are you going to do if David HaMelech will scream? It didn't scream. What are you going to do when David HaMelech is going to be upset? Amalahem, the HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to them, Alayla Sisam. The Eibishter says, it's upon me. I'll take care of business. I'll make them friends. The Eibishter has a way to make them get back together, and there won't be animosity against each other. Okay. Sagt jemand, Madua, Sheva, Mazeh, why is Yerushalayim, this nation of Yerushalayim, rebelling, Meshuva, Nitzachas, with a rebellious, winning rebellious. What does that mean? Meshuva. Meshuva means a rebellious, a willing rebellious, that they rebelled with kindness and it was a winning one. Rav explains, Tshuva Nitzachas Yeshiva Knesset Yisrael Navi. A winning answer, the people and the Knesset Yisrael answered that Navi. Malahan, Navi Yisrael, the Navi said to because what happened? They came from Eretz Yisrael, a group of people, to Yecheskel, Hanan and Meshach Azai. They came to Yecheskel, and they told Yecheskel Navi, that's terrible by us, daven for us. And before he even finished davening, the Eibishter gave him a nevuah. He says, "Ishe 900 Jahr habe ich Sevel given from the Yidden. Man halt mein Zindikin, and he goes, the Eibishter goes to each one.
You don't stop.
No stopping. Gilgal. The way the Mice is, there was Alter Frui, and she wanted to get a divorce. So the Rav says, listen, how long you married? 40 years. He says, Fetzik, yeah. So he says, if you break the Mizbeach, is made it the Mizbeach veint, lost out dran. So he says, bis jetzt, hab ich gewinnt, Fetzik, ja, 40 years, hab ich gewinnt. So the Mizbeach jetzt veint ein bisschen. So over here, the Eibishter says, it's already 900 years. That's it. It's time for the goers. He said, first, I'm giving you a chance. Do tshuva and you can save yourselves. Look, your fathers who sinned, where are they? They died. Why? Because they didn't listen to the Navi. So they said to Knesset, and your Nevi'im that didn't sin, where are they? Well, ultimately, they died too. What's the difference? Everybody dies at one point. Like it says when the time comes, where are your fathers? Good Nevi'im live forever. He says, listen, they retracted. They were made that they were getting killed because of their sins. And they did tshuva. Like it says in the Basik, only my words and my chukim. So your fathers did listen, saw that they got punished for what they did. And they returned, they did tshuva. Exactly like the Eibishter said to the Navi that he's going to do to us if we sin. The Eibishter Taka did so. But they did tshuva. Shmuel says, what was the tshuva netzachas? Is a whole different girsa. What was the winning tshuva? The 10 people, again, the same story, but we're going to hear a different tshuva that they answered. The 10 people came before Yecheskel and they sat before him, before this Navi. The Navi says, listen, Hashem came to me and said, tshuva. What? Eved that was sold, he's a free man. A woman that's divorced, what do you want? We have no connection. What are you coming with Tanyas? I should do tshuva, do mitzvahs. When we were married, you have a Tanya. We're not married anymore. You divorced us. You sent us to Nebuchadnezzar. What do you want? You sold us. But that's what the tshuva netzachas, the winning answer was. The Eibishter said to the Navi, go and say to these people, show me, where is that Sefer Krisis that I sent? That we're cut off, we're divorced. Who? A person that the Eibishter says, I owe anybody money. What do you mean? I owe somebody that I had to sell you out. Because your own sins you sold yourself. You sold yourselves out. Your own sins you sent yourself. You sent your mother away. Meaning, so it's only temporarily. It's not that I did it. I didn't give a krisus. I didn't do a sale. You're still with me. It's just you distant yourselves. When you do tshuva, it's only time being. It's temporary. But when you do tshuva, you're back to me. Okay, behind the and this is what the Shlokish says. What is this that says? David is my servant. And you put in the same level. Avdi is my servant. How do you call him Avdi, my servant, just like David HaMelech? Only what? The Eibishter foresaw further was wird sein. Go wie du auf neben mich haben, aber ja, ich muss die soll leben kach. The Eibishter had a weiter cook. He saw what the Yidden are going to have a time in the future. Ulafika hikma kadosh baruch hu kroi avdei. That's why right away the Eibishter called him, he's my servant. Why? Because he knew that the Yidden are going to say, oh, you sold us already, so we're free. But who did the Hashem? Who did they claim that they were sold to? Nebuchadnezzar. But who did Eibishter call Nebuchadnezzar? What did Eibishter call Nebuchadnezzar? Avdi. Evet shekonen chasim. Evet shekonen chasim. Evet lemi unechasim lemi. Evet that bought mine and nechasim. This Nebuchadnezzar is my evet. He bought you. It's all mine. You Yidden are mine because the one that bought you is my evet. Nebuchadnezzar. Masha Kana Evet Kana Rabba, it's mine. That's why the Eibishter called him Nebuchadnezzar Avdi. He foresaw that the Yidden are going to try to get out of their doing mitzvahs and saying we're cut off, we were sold. The Eibishter says, and if it'll enter your thought, it's not going to happen. This that you say, that we're going to be like the nations of the earth, mishpachas of the earth, to serve all these the holds with the steiner, the beina with the steiner that they serve the idols. The Eibishter says, Chai ani num Hashem, says Hashem, I swear. Hashem Elokim says, Im loy biyod chazak v'zein natuya v'chem eshvucha em l'chalechem. That I don't care what you guys are planning on doing. You can go serve whatever, but I'm gonna have rule over you. You're gonna be my kids, and whether it takes, it's gonna be with outstretched hand, a strong hand, with a pouring wrath, with a pouring anger. I'm gonna rule over you. You're not getting away from me. You can't run away. I'm not koki hide Israel later. Halavai David should get angry with such a cast to rule over us with such a chemesh shpucha that he should already take us out of the galus and that he should rule over us. Halavai, okay. But Yisul Amishpat here. So the Gemara brings a third opinion. What did they say? You're blaming us? You're blaming us for the Avedas? The Yisul Amishpat give Musa for justice, and the Eibishter should give instructions. What does that mean? The Navi said to the Yidden, you know what they said? He said back, the Yitzhara is ruling over us. So the Navi says, force them to do just. You created them. You take care of your Yitzhara that you sent us. And that's nicht kein Pashta Zach. It's not a joke, because the Gemara, we had in Gemara Brachas. That the Sai Eliyahu blamed the Eibishter. What's willst du from the Nevi Abal from the Yidden? Those things you shik the Nevi Abal. Those things you sent them the Yitzhara. And Moshe Rabbeinu also we find the same thing. And the Eibishter says the only reason why he doesn't kill them right away when they do sins, because officially they should die right away. Because Taka, the Eibishter justifies. He gave them the Yitzhara. Okay, Mamish, when it comes to...
He wanted Hashem was chad, that's what he was.
Yes.
He wanted making it better.
Yeah. Sagt die Gemara, Abba had Yoites, there were 4 commoners, Bilam and they didn't get, they got, so it says, they didn't get Olam Haba. Bilam, right, so he's, that the Shleish Malachim, Shemena Mishnah, She'elam Chelak Haba, he goes now to the second part, where he's quoting the Mishnah, that it says that the 4 commoners didn't have Olam Haba. The first one, yeah, Nishkin Melech. That's why he's called it. Bilam, why was he called Bilam? Layam, he wasn't like, he didn't belong to any nation. He was a man under his own. Another pshat. I don't know, hermit. Bilam, Shabila Am. That he confused the Yidden. And he made them sin. It's a tzimish with the Eitzer that Balak gave to them, and he caused them to sin. Oh, Ben Be'er tells you Shabbat al Be'er that he lived with a donkey. No, come on, you're waking up now. You're learning Chumash, and this is the first time you hear it. This is no novelty to you. Okay, here we go. We'll get to the details of it. Tana, we learned in the Brayso. Who be'er? Be'er is the father of Bilam. Be'er was the father of Bilam. Who Kushan is Shasayim. Bilam was also the Melech Aram, that he oppressed the Yidden after the death of Yeshua. Who Lavan Harami? He's the same Lavan Harami who tried to kill the whole Mishpach of Yaakov. Okay, it's all the same person. So the Mepharshim say, how could it be? They didn't live in the same times. Yeah. So they said they had the same midah. They had the same midah. Be'er al Shabbat al Be'er. Be'er because he lived with a donkey. Kushan Rishasayim. Why was he called Kushan Rishasayim? Because he did two evil things to the Yidden. Achas Mei Yaakov. One, when Lavan chased after Yaakov and his household, and he wanted to kill the whole household. V'achas B'mei Shveit HaSheftim. But after Yeshua died, they oppressed the Yidden. They were on the shibud on this guy Kushan Rishasayim. Umashmei, and what was his shmei ba'etzem? Lavan Arami shmei. Lavan Arami was his name. Ksiv, it says Bilam was ben Be'er. It says that Bilam was the son of Be'er. In fact, Ksiv, it says that Bilam, he had Benai is Be'er, that his son was Be'er. Which one is it? Was Be'er the father or the son? So very simple. Amar Rav Yechlan, Ma'al's a natural birth. The father was Be'er. But als Nevius, Be'er, the father was like a Talmud to his son. Be'er, Aviv, the father of Bilam was a natural father. But Benai hu b'Nevius, but he was a Benai when it came to Nevius. His father was considered like Bilam's son, even though he was father. But when it came to Nevius, Bilam was on a much higher level in Nevius. So Bilam, who the loy aslam aliyasi. Bilam didn't reach to the world to come. But other goyim do have Olam Haba. Who's the Mishnah following? Rabbi Yeshua, he follows Rabbi Yeshua. The Tanya that we learned in Abaraisa. Rabbi Lezer Oima, Yashuv Rishaim L'Sheila. The Rishaim will return to Gehenna. Kol goyim shcheichei Elohim. All the goyim that forget Hashem. Yashuv Rishaim L'Sheila. All the nations that forget God, they'll return to Gehenna. Eila Peish Yisrael. Yeshuv Rishaim L'Sheila. The words Yeshuv Rishaim L'Sheila is referring to Peish Yisrael. Kol goyim shecheichei Elohim. Eila Peish Ha'ivdei. That's referring to the sinners of the goyim that they will go to Gehenna. Dibur Rabbi Lezer. Amalei Yeshua v'chinama kichol goyim, like all the goyim that the kvetch is on the goyim and not on the shecheichei Elohim. So Ella, rather, what does Rabbi Yeshua learn? Yeshuv Rishaim L'Sheila, that the Rishaim will return to Gehenna. Maninu, which Rishaim are going to return to Gehenna? Kol goyim shcheichei Elohim. Any goy that forgets about God, he will go to Gehenna. But you have Chasidei U'Mesailam, and the Rambam Paskins, those that do this, the goyim that do Shabbat Mitzvah Bnei Noach. And they do it, how do you say, with a kavanah, doing it to fulfill the Eibishter's will, they will have Olam Haba. And the halach is like Rabbi Yeshua, because Rabbi Lezer was from Shammai, the Rebbe says. And Rabbi Yeshua was from Hillel. The halach is like Hillel. The halach is Takazeh. The halach is that Safran, the Chsidei U'Mesailam, that they will be Zeichet Olam Haba. Yep, okay. The goyim is Bilam himself gave a simon that he's not going to make it to the world to come. Where do you see that? He made like a Tanai. He says, if I die upright death, so then my end will be just like by the Yidden, the Tzadikim that go to Gan Eden. That have Olam Haba. That's Im Thomas Nafshi Meisi Yisharim Teachritzi Kamayu. If he dies a upright death, a natural death, then his end will be that he'll have a Chelik in Olam Haba, just like Am Yisrael. Im Lav. But if he doesn't die a natural death, then Hinini Heilig La'ameh, behold, he's going to Gehenna. And what happened? It says in the Pasuk in Bamidbar, Be'ez Bilam B'Mei Hargu B'Charav. He was killed with a sword. So he said, if he doesn't die a natural death, and he's going to get killed by a sword, that's it, finished. That the elders of Moav and the elders of Midian, they came to Bilam and they spoke to him. Because after they kidnapped the Yidden were a winning streak. They won over Oig Melech Habashan. The Melech Sichain was also from the giants. They were coming, they were knocking them like flies. Now the Midian Moav said, hey, we got to come up with a plan. These guys are too strong for us. And Midian and Moav were now friends. They were always fighting between each other. But here they made a treaty like Ayad Achas Tana. We learned Midian and Moav Shalom. They never had Shalom. It says that you read in the pasuk, Hadad ben Bedad Hamakes Midian Bishnei Moav. That's a pasuk that Midian came to fight with Moav. They're always fighting. So what's this? Because of the Yidden, they became Bachtas. So he gives you a mashal. Huh?
It's an expression. The enemy of mine.
And they want to have a fight, both of them against the Jews.
Yes. So here they give you a mashal. A mashal is Shnei Klovim. That there was two dogs by a flock of sheep. And they were angry on each other. Bozev, one wolf came, allowed to attack one of the dogs. So now, but that dog is his enemy, but he made a cheshbon. This what other dog said. If I'm not going to help this dog, today he's going to kill this dog. Tomorrow he's going to come and kill me. So what do we do? So the two dogs got together and became friendly. Listen, Mendel Futterfass always gave the story with the Hund Yassim. You ever heard the story?
With the bear.
No, I'm only going to Hund Yassim Nebach. And he ran away to the Wald and he saw a wolf. He thought, the wolf is mamish a Hund. But the nature of a wolf is to kiss in the face and a Hund is in Tachas. So the dog came and he kushed the wolf in Tachas. The wolf says, you want to live here? That's kushing upon him. Okay. It's ducha, zeful young. And the dog sees a alter wolf and he kisses him in the face. He gives a kiss to the wolf in the face. He says, ich kenne that. Mir kennst du mich kuschen und Tag sagen. Aber Herr Papa said, he wanted to bring out, man kann schaffen an der Babystunde. He says in the Verbringen. Don't think it's not going to help. Papa said, this is what people say. That a weasel with a cat, they get together. They make a simcha against somebody who has bad mazel. So even though they hate each other, but when it comes to, when they see they can attack together and they can macha simcha, they become b'shalom. B'shalom. It says the Sari Moav, they that night, it says, stayed with Bilam. They stayed with Bilam overnight because Bilam says, hey, I can't now wait overnight. I got to speak to Hashem if I can take care of business. But the Sari Midian doesn't leichan. It says, Vayechu, who went? Sari Midian, Sari Moav. But when he told them stay overnight, who stayed overnight? It says only Sari Moav. What happened to the Sari Midian? And if you want to keep in the Ramah, who linu pei alai Hashem says chem dava. Since he said stay overnight, I'm going to speak to English and see what I can do. Sorry, Midian said, there's no such a thing as a father should hate his children. But Vade Davish wouldn't be asking to curse his own children. I'd say, I'm finished, Mr. Goyim. Nachman said, chutzpah, afilu kapish my mahaya. Money. When somebody has chutzpah, even it helps again for Hashem to conceive. Because Meikada, right at the beginning of the shlichus, when the Sari Balak came, it's written in the pasuk. They just said, don't go with them. They just told Bilam, Gainish. When he told him to wait back, and with the chutzpah to get the weiter, he asked Hashem again. So they just it says, come, get up, lechitam, go with them. So you see, chutzpah prevails. Anyway, I'm going to have another raya. So he says, chutzpah ma chutzpah loy tagehi. Chutzpah is like a malucha, but without a crown. Where do we see it? That David HaMelech says today, I am today, I'm soft, I'm anointed as a king. Yoav killed Avner v'Amasa. Yoav was a mechutzav. But so David HaMelech became coronated as a king. As a king wearing a crown, he says that doesn't help me. Because these guys have chutzpah. I would love to kill them for what they did. But I'm not. I'm going to let the Eibishter take care of it because somebody who has chutzpah prevails. Sagt die Gemara Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Bilam chiyeh b'ragloi achas chaya. Bilam was lame on one foot. We know the story. You'll hear the story again because there was a malach in front of him, and he tried and he didn't listen. And he pushed his foot against the wall. He became lame. The donkey, yeah. It says that he went lame. Sagt die Gemara Shimshon chiyeh b'shtei ragloi. Shimshon had both feet lame. Shenema, like it says in the pasuk, "B'negei to the bracha of Dan, shvifin ali oirach hanishrik visus." It says that about Dan that they're going to be like a serpent, like a snake that will bite the feet of the susim, and he was lame on both legs. Bilam suma b'achas me'inav hoya. Bilam was blind with one eye. Shenema shisum ayin said he only had one eye that was open. I told you yesterday the story with Moshe Dayan. Yeah. One leg, one eye, yeah.
He had a leg, it was lame.
Was lame. Okay. Kaisem, when they used to do the kishuv ba'amasahaya, they would do it with the eva, the kishuv. Ksiv hacha neifel glui einayim. It says over here, neifel, he fall and he had an open eye. Ksiv hasem, and it says there, behina haman neifel halamita she'asta Allah. So you see that what? That he wanted to rape her. Here we see neifel is a remes on the chet that was done with the Eva Hazachros. With the
But how many did in front of the king? It doesn't make sense.
No, he walked in. Okay. Itma, Chashvedish came after. Itma, we learned Mazut Amra. Koizma Masahaya. Bilam did his kishuv with his Eva. Ma Breit Ravina Ama Shabal Asene. Ma Breit Ravina says no, that he lived with his donkey. Man Ama Koizma Masahaya, that he did the kishuv with his Eva Kidamaran, like we said from the word Neifel. According to the one that says that he lived with his donkey, where do we see a similar lashon that Neifel means with a donkey or sheikhev? Ksiv hacha kara sheikhev Neifel or ksiv hasam bein agla. Kara nafal shachar. It says again the word nafal. So there also where by Sisa. You remember the story. By Sisra, Bilam, the Eibishter always makes the Keneged, the Kedusha, so the lowest creature should have a Neviah like Bilam. But what do we see from here? Sisra, it says, who was Sisra? Sisra was a Goyish king who was running away from the Yidden. The Yidden were winning over him. So he ran into a tent of Yal. And Yal took her. She said, "Will you protect me?" Sure. They lived together. When he fell asleep, she took a peg from the tent. She killed him and put it right through his skull. That's how she did. She got rid of him. Sisra. Yeah, he was the king. General, head general. Yeah. It says that he knew the time of Hashem. Bilam knew the time of Hashem. Says, what are you talking about? He didn't even know what his behavior wants. Das didn't have a yoda, so he's going to know when is a good time to speak to Hashem. He doesn't even know when is a good time to speak to his own animal. My das behemte. What is das behemte? That it says that the Sari Mayav said to Bilam when they saw that his donkey's not listening to him. He says, "My time, what did you bring a donkey in? You go in a car, you don't go on a bicycle. You go in a Cadillac. He took a donkey. So he says, Bilam answered, he said, my horses, I send them to eat in the swamp, to eat some grass. So the Asim opened its mouth, and he said to the Sarimai, what are you talking about? Behold, listen, I'm your donkey. What's they stack up? You ride on me. So he says, no, Latina Ba'alma, he didn't want to look foolish. So he says, I only use him to carry my packages. So Zakta, no, Zakta donkey. No, you don't use me just for packages. You use me for a ride too. So Akroy Ba'alma, only once in a while.
Donkey was talking before also.
Yeah.
Not only when Yiftach.
No, this is the place. This is the whole story. Akroy Ba'alma, he says, it happens once in a while. But I don't usually use it. The donkey opens up. He says, he's been riding me from the first day he got me till now. I even lived with him like a husband and wife. it says in the Pasuk, Haskin, he's come to Ksiv Hasam, Uti Loi Sechanes. We find by David HaMelech that they gave him a girl just to warm him up. He was very cold in the later age, David HaMelech. So they gave him a girl. He couldn't marry more women. So this woman, we learned to think about it, she was only there to warm him. And she was a tzidkanis, she didn't do anything and whatever. And the man that was married to her is, okay, so it's not, we learned the Gemara there. Anyway, so you see, but it was for warmer. Here he used the donkey for his warmer. So if he knew nothing what the donkey is thinking, how could he know das elyon? He knew exactly the time when Hashem gets angry. Hashem gets angry every day, even on tzaddikim. This is the Kabbalah who, the Micha, the Navi, Yisrael, not the bad Micha, the Micha that was a Navi. The Yisrael, he says, Amis chana mayotz, balag melech mayot. He says, the Eibishter, if he would hit the right moment, he would curse, the Yidden would be finished. But the Peil Mamish, the Eibishter did, it says, the Micha was saying, the Eibishter did tzedakis, 2 tzedakis, because he knew what you guys had done in Shittim, that you committed to the sin of Znus, and in Gilgal you were Eved Avodah Zarah, and nevertheless, the Eibishter didn't destroy you. My leman das tzidkis Hashem, Allah na HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yisrael. The no kamat tzedakis asisi imachem. Know how much righteousness I have done with you. Shaloi kasti kol ois na'yom mei bilam harasha. That I have not gotten angry in those days that Bilam HaRasha was cursing. Shili mali kasti kol ois na'yomim. For if I would have gotten angry, like the regular days that there is a time that I'm angry, it means the Yidden, Saru Palak. There wouldn't be anybody left. I know the Kamalai, and this is what Bilam said to Balak. What should I curse if the Eibush doesn't want to curse? What anger should I make Hashem angry if the Eibush is not getting angry? It comes to teach us. Those days the Eibush didn't get angry. It says Hashem gets angry every day. How long does the anger last during the day? It says for one moment. Others say I have a different raya. It says, the Eibishter says, Leich Ami, go my nation, boy b'chadarecha, enter into your rooms, usgoyer the lost b'chaderecha, and close the door behind you. Chavi, hide, kimat rega ad yavazam, almost a rega, till my anger goes away, till my anger passes. So you see, it's a rega, it's only a moment, every day, that the Eibishter gets angry. But you have to be... hide away, so that you shouldn't anger Hashem. When does Hashem get angry? In the first 3 hours of the day. Like the crown on the rooster's head when it gets totally white. It says all the time there is white in the crown. Says you want to call shait space suraki sumaki. All the time there's a little bit of red streaks in it. He shait at the time when Hashem is getting angry. Let's base raiki sumaki. There isn't even one stripe of red. Like it was this min the Rabbi Shimon the Rabbi Shimon Levi, who was in the neighborhood of Rabbi Levi. The Rabbi Kamentzayale. He used to make Rabbi Shimon Levi meshuga. This min. One day, Rabbi Shimon Levi took a chicken and he tied it to his bed. He says, when this time comes, when the rooster's head, the crown, is going to be all white, I'll curse him then, and that's it. Rabbi Shimon Levi, there was a min that bothered him the whole time, so he wanted to curse him and kill him. When the time came, he fell asleep. We have a right from there. That he said, is that right? That David is not the derech for me to kill somebody that way. It's not right for tzaddiks to punish a person because of it. Even by minim, it's not right for a tzaddik to punish. And he brings that in a fashion because this is considered killing b'yadayim, because he knew exactly the time. That's b'yadayim. We have a different story with Abmeya, the b'yoynei. Remember in Gemara Brachas that the B'yayne came and was making Abmeya crazy. So he davened that he should die. So Abmeya's wife came to him, why are you davening he should die? It says Yitamel Chatoyim Min Haaretz. It doesn't say Yitamel Choitim. It doesn't say the sinners should be killed. Their sins should be finished. Daven der Zoltan Tshuva. Anyway, the kids sagt die mal Talim Shmei der Meir. Yeah, we learned Nabrais in the name of Meir. B'shor she'achamas v'rachas. In the time when the sun is shining in the morning, and the Malach and the kings are putting on their crowns, and they're booking sich, they're bowing to the sun. Immediately, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gets angry. It says, Vayokim Bilam got up in the morning, and he saddled his donkey. When somebody has a love to do something, so that he's ready to even lower himself to do things that Abodim are supposed to do. And where do we see that? By the Akedah Yitzchak, it says, it says, so you see, he lowered himself to saddle his chameir.
Where's the scene over here?
No, he's saying it now. But it's the same thing, just like by Abba of Avram, who loved the mitzvah of Akedah Yitzchak, where he lowered himself to go against his what's befitting for him to do, and he saddled the donkey. So too, when it comes to Sinah, like Bilam, who hated the Jews, also he wanted to right away saddle. So Bilam, and he saddled the donkey. A person should always be about Torah. Shalei Lishma, because Mitay Shalei Lishma, Avol Lishma. Where do we see that? Shabbaschah, Balak, Mishtayim, Kabbalah, Sheikah, Balak. As a reward, even though Balak had in mind, it wasn't L'Shem Shemayim. He wanted that Avanas, that Bilam should be able to curse the Yidden. Because I don't know who says this, but it says that Bilam, whatever he gave a bracha, was a bracha. Whatever was a klala, was a klala. Bilam was loving. Loving that you give him the bracha that his children should lead and Yashner Tzisol. How could there be a klala? He says, yeah, get that bracha. Oh, but I can't get my klala eichet. A klala. Okay, Zach, we say because he gave these 42 kamanes, he was zeichet that from his family Rus should come out. And Amar Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Huna Rus bita shel Eglain. Rus was the daughter of Eglon. Ben B'nai Balak. He was a grandson of Balak. Melech Meir of Hoysa. He was the king of Meir. And we know David HaMelech and Shlomo HaMelech came from Rus. And David HaMelech sacrificed thousands of kabbanis. So even though it was Shloi Lishma by Balak, obviously he's given Lishma by Shlomo HaMelech when he brought the kabbanis. Rava said to Rabbi Ksiv, it says in the pasuk, Hashem should make more your name greater than David HaMelech. The throne of Shlomo HaMelech should be greater than David HaMelech. Is it then the derech to speak about a king this way? It means it should be similar, not that it should be greater. If you're not going to say so, it says that Dveira said to Yael, like we just spoke about Yael who killed Sisrai, Tivayrach Minashim Yael Eishes Chevach Hakeni Minash Yael Tivayrach. She should be even more blessed than the Nashim Abayel. Who are the Nashim Abayel? Nashim Abayel Manino Sarah Rivka Rachmalaya. Where do we see that it's Ayel? Because on Sarah Rivka it says Vayibiyah Yitzchak Ayala Sarah Imai. And what do we see by Rachmalaya? It says Vayetzim Ayel Leah. So the Nashim Tzidkaniyis, the Imais are called Oyel. To say about Yael should have a bigger bracha than them. Ella Me'en Kama only meant similar. Here also that Shlomo HaMelech should be similar to the Melucha of David HaMelech. A person is in everything he's jealous. Except when it comes to his son or his student. Mishlema, we see right over here that he got a bracha, that he should be greater than David HaMelech. V'talmidei, others say, if you remember with Elisha, when Eliyahu Hanavi was going, Bashamayim B'Sareh, he was going up in the heaven in a storm. So Elisha begged that he should give him double his keiches, and he gave him. Elisha gave him double, and he performed double the amount of miracles as Eliyahu. Others say by Moshe and Yeshua. The Eibishter said, put your one hand on Yeshua, that the Eibishter should go to him. And what does it say? That it says in the pasuk, the Eibishter said, "V'samachta es yodcha alav." It says, "B'lashon yachid," and b'po mamish he put both hands. It's like the Dava b'Bilam. The Eibishter put something in the mouth of Bilam. Rabbi Elazar Imam Malach. He put a malach in his mouth that he shouldn't be able to curse. The malach spoke for him. Rabbi Yisnama Chaka. He put a hook every time he wanted to say a curse. The Eibishter pushed the hook that his mouth should close. As only Rabbi Yochanan said, from the bracha that Bilam gave, you could see what he wanted to curse. How? He wanted that the Yidden shouldn't have Bati Knesses and Bat Medashes. But what came out of his mouth? Yaakov. He says that he benched them with the Oilei Torah, Oilei Tvila. That's Medesh. He wanted that the Shekhinah shouldn't rest on them. Then he said, Mishkena Isach Yisrael. What's Mishkena Isach? Mishkena is going on the Hashas HaShekhinah. He said, He didn't want that the Melucha should continue. What did the Eibishter say? What did the Eibishter make him say? Kinecholim nitoyu. It should continue like rivers of water and go far and far. The meaning that the Melucha should be nimshach. They shouldn't have olives and vine. What came out of his mouth? So you see that they were going to have ganis. They shouldn't be malayim mitzvahs. What came out of his mouth? Ka'aholim, not Hashem. Meaning that there will be filled with Torah mitzvahs. He shouldn't have the malachim that should have of stature, look, big and strong. And he wanted to have that, but nevertheless, what came out of his mouth? Like a cedar tree, which is strong. That's how they looked. He didn't want that there should be a line, a melech ben melech. He wanted every time a new family should rule. No, it says he's a ma'imid l'abdoye, that it should come from the same be'er. And the melucha should go b'yirush ma'at leben. He said the melucha of the Yidden shouldn't be able to rule over the goyim. The zari b'mayim rabim. But it says that the children should rule over many umes. That there shouldn't be that the malchusim shouldn't be strong. It says no. The Eibishter said the bracha that came out of his mouth, he should be stronger than Agag, the king of Amalek. There shouldn't be a fear of the Melucha, but Tinas Malchusim, the Eibishter made out of his mouth should come out that there should be a fear for the Melucha of the Yidden. All of these brachas turn to klalas. Chutz mi batik nesis mi batik medashis, except for the batik nesis bat medashis. Shenama yav Hashem alekacha lecha es haklala lebrach yahich Hashem alekacha. It says klala turned into a bracha. How many klalas turned into a bracha? It says klala b'lashon yachid. It doesn't relate klalas. It doesn't say lashon yam. Stop over here.